Hi friends, this is Atul Patrikar with Sai Patrikar. Today we learn about the SSRS reporting, uh, SQL Server reporting, SQL Server Reporting Services. I have already installed this Report Builder 3.0 tool for creating some reports. Okay, so now we have creating some transaction reporting by using SSRS reporting builder. So first of all, we need to create store procedure. So I already created one store procedure, proc underscore transaction. So this procedure basically used for getting all transaction details by some customer ID or transaction ID. Okay. So I have already created this procedure. Ryan. So based on this customer ID, AC ID, flag and AC number. So below transaction generated. So we need to print this all transaction data in SSRS report. Okay. So we now go to the Microsoft SQL Server Report Builder. Now select new report. Now click on blank report. Okay. So after creating clicking in blank report, so you can add your title here. So my title is S Bank 7 Core Transaction Report. Okay. So this tool is look like MS Word. So you can bold some titles. You can also italic or underline or center. Okay. So increase the size of header. Okay. So I'm using the existing store procedure. So store procedure is already created in SQL Bank database. Under the programmability, under the store procedure, the proc underscore transaction. So we need to use this procedure into the SSRS reporting tool. So go to data source, add new data source. So here data source name. So I will give data source name like SQL Bank 7. Okay. So user shared connection or report model. So we use a connection amended in my report. So select connection type is Microsoft SQL Server. Then click on the build. Now select your server name from the drop down, or we can also just put dot. So directly select the local database means local server. Use Windows authentication. Then we are selecting the database. So our database is SQL Bank, and then test connection. Test connection succeed. Then click OK. Then so credential. So right now we are using some Windows authentication, so that so there is no need any credential. Okay. So click on OK button. Then data source is created means our report builder tool is connected to our database. Okay. So now we need to create one data set for holding the all data in this data set. So the data set name is ds underscore transaction. Okay. So as name says, so data set for transaction. So use share data set. So we using a user data set amended in my report. So in our case, so this data set under the data source. So select the data source name. So SQL Bank. So here is SQL Bank's and data source. So our query type is store procedure. Okay. So you can use also text also or store procedure also. But right now I am using the store procedure. From below drop down, select the procedure name. So our procedure name is proc underscore transaction. Okay. Proc underscore transaction selected. Okay, then fields. Okay, so these fields using select query in this procedure means id, debit amount, credit amount, balance, tr type, transaction date, rupees, tt type, or remarks. So as per same the sql procedure output, the same fields is automatically shown in the field section. Okay, in fields, under the fields, field name and field source, so both are same option. So here some settings. So collision, case sensitive, ascent sensitive. So leave for that. So filter or parameter. So here this parameter using the store procedure. So some parameters are uh, allow null, or some parameters it's a mandatory parameter, so some parameters optional parameter. Okay, so now click on ok. So here our data set is generated with the field. This fields from procedure under the select query, from select query. Okay, so here in parameter section, here already all parameters are showing. Which parameters is using the procedure. So the transaction id in our case, so transaction id in our case is there is no transaction id. Okay, so transaction id is optional. So double click on the transaction id and select allow null value. Okay, so same as transaction amount, we don't need transaction amount. ACID, we need ACID flag, AC number, we don't need remarks. So click on allow null value. Then mtr id also optional. So or balance also optional. So click allow null value. Okay, right. So now right click here, then insert and select the table. So our table is generated now. So our field is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So total is 9 fields. So we need to add more columns. Okay, so right click on the last column, insert column, right, again insert column, right, again insert column, right. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 columns. So we need three more also, three more column also. One and one. Okay. So here we just drag and drop the field. So ID field, debit amount field, credit amount field, balance field, transaction type, transaction date, rupees, TT type, rate. Okay. So now we are selecting all the headers and click the bold. Okay, so now our design is completed. Then here click here to run the our report. So the trid, tr amount, remarks, balance, and mtr, it's allowed null. So that's the reason it's showing null here, but these fields are mandatory. So now here the customer id is 2, account id is 108778, 108778. Okay, account number is this, and flag is a triangle. So click here view report. So now our as bank core 7 transaction report is generated. Okay, so 67,000 is credited. So total balance is, means it's a q like credit debit summary report or cumulative report. Like 67,000 is credited, then balance 67,000, then 500 is credited, then amount is increased 67,500, then again 560 credited. So basically it's a plus value, like 600 67,500 equal to 6,700, again 600 67,500 plus 560, then 680. So our report is looks everything, means looks fine, but we need to show the customer name here, customer name. Okay, so in this section, in this data set, there is no customer name field. Okay, so we need to add one more data set for showing the customer name only. Okay, yes. So again, use a data set amended in my report. So data source. Okay, so data source is, our data source is single, but data set is multiple. Okay, so under this data set, this all data set under the data source, SQL Bank data source. So here we are selecting SQL Bank 7. Now, so this time we don't use any store procedure. We just use the add or query, like a simple query, means select statement. So now select CNAME from, CNAME is our customer, from EDN underscore trust, here CID equal to @. Okay, then now check the fields. Okay, so in our query field we are using only we are use only single column, so that's the reason here showing only one column, one field name or field source. Then parameter, so we are using a @CID in our query, so that's the reason it's showing query parameter. Okay, now click on OK button. Then again here we need to some text box. Okay, so now design the text box. Customer name, customer name, bold. Okay. Now the field here. Now check the report. All means customer name or transaction details are showing properly or not. Okay. Uh, okay. Sorry.
अरे देवा ये गड़बड़ है बाबा.
Here we don't drag and drop the customer under the under the text box. Just select and paste here. Just remove the text box and directly paste here. Okay, so your expression is generated. So if you check the expression, so our expression look like first means the as per the report engine, it's consider in the data set there is multiple customer, but we need only the first customer from select query, so that's the reason is first function is used. Okay, fields, the fields means customer name is fields, then customer name dot value means here value from which database, so which data set, so data set is ds underscore customer. So this is our expression generated automatically. If you want to write some different some function, aggregate functions, or like arithmetic operation, concatenation, logical operation, aggregate, conversion, math, so you can use different type of functions in SSRS. Okay, so now we need to run again. Okay, so uh, in our case, so we already use the @CID parameter in the add hoc query, means select query. So this CID parameter is helps to get record from customer table, means customer name. So rightly sorry, so click on run button. So all fields are generated dynamically, means this as per the parameter. So customer ID is 2, account ID is this, AC number is, and flag. So flag is a transaction. Okay, then click on view report. Okay, so now our header is generated properly. All transactions generated properly with customer name, but name is not showing properly. Then go to design and just resize this text box, resize this expression, and run again. Okay, 108778 and and this account number. Okay, and click on view report. Okay, So now our customer name is Atul Bhaskaro Patrikar, and Atul Bhaskaro Patrikar accounts all transaction details. So Atul, so receive from this, online transfer to Vinod, online transfer to Purnima, online transfer to Mukesh M. Bashal, like that. So our SSRS report is done. So part one is done. So we will check more functionality in part two. So thank you for watching this video.
तू समझा? हाँ. नहीं, तू समझा नहीं.